Good morning, good morning, good morning to you all over the world. Welcome to my channel. I thought that this morning I should start the video on the outgoings. Yeah, so we saw that yesterday there was a confirmation that Manueke has actually left or given the permission to leave the squad in America so that he can go and finalize his departure to Arsenal. And I think also I should mention that it's very important for Chelsea to do that because at the end of the day, there was no fights between Manueke and Chelsea, and it was very important to allow him to live in without any issues. As much as we could have wanted him to play in the final, but I think it's very important as well, so to allow him to make sure that he goes finalize his stuff and and settle down. But one thing that I also wanted to say is that I think it's also important for us to now realize that um, because now we are almost in the middle of June, today July, today is the 12th. We now need to concentrate with the outgoing so that we can cover the money that we have actually used to pay to buy kittens, to buy Pedro, Joao Pedro, you know. So I am very happy that Chelsea has started doing that. I think we have done 52 million for Madueke. And Petrovic as well has been confirmed that he has actually agreed. There was an agreement between Bournemouth, Chelsea, and Petrovic for 25 million pounds. So he will be leaving as well. I think his medical is set for next week. So I think it's very good for Chelsea for that business. As much as like we have always said in this channel that Petrovic deserves to be number one goalkeeper for Chelsea. But I should go back again to what the coach had said. I think a week ago when he was discussing the issue of Madueke, and he said you know what, as much as you would want a player to stay, and if the player doesn't want to stay and he doesn't want to play for Chelsea anymore, you can't force them, you know. You would want to use the players that are willing to play for the bench, you know, willing to play for the team. You wouldn't want a situation where may probably at the end, maybe a week later, you start receiving letters of transfer requests, and players start boycotting the boycotting the what do you call it, the trainings and all those kind of things, and that will influence other players, and at the end players who doesn't want to, you know, it will affect the relationship between players, the coaches, even the team, the management itself. So I think it's very important for the team to allow these players to leave, and also it's good money for Chelsea because 25 million is quite good money for them as well. Then Amagu left as well. There was an agreement with Strasbourg, and for 12 million. I think it's also that 12 million will come to Chelsea handy as well. I think he only played some few minutes for Chelsea, and you know what? This is some of the questions that I think a lot of you has been asking, that why do we continue bringing these young players to Chelsea and we don't give them a chance? And also, my main worry with these players is that they sign for Chelsea when they are 16, 17, and they know that the people in front of them, actually, you see, the people that are starting, they are just like 20 years, 21, 22. You cannot break into that midfield when you've got players like Caicedo, who is 23 years old. You've got um, um, these other players, also the midfield, is, you know, Enzo, who is 24 and whatever. So it means that you are actually um, going to waste your time, because by the time you get to 21, 22, or 23, these guys, they will be still like 28. They could be at their peak. So it's just very difficult for these players. But I think I also understand the reason why Chelsea bring these players is for investment as well. I think it's important for us to understand that. These days it's very difficult for with the financial play and all those kind of things. So you bring someone for 10 million, you sell them for 15. That's money, that's money that is actually coming into the into the business. And then the last person that is also departed is Samuel Smith. I think he's also going to Strawberg for 8 million pounds. This guy, I think this is your direct 8 million coming through because he's coming from the juniors from the academy. So so when you look at that, you are looking at almost 100 million that we have sold for this week only. And we still have quite a lot of players, or quite a lot of players that needs to leave Chelsea. You I was actually looking at quite in this list as well. We still have a Broha, we still have Sterling, we still have Gilchrist, we still have Desai, we still have Vega, Chilwell, Felix, Ugochukwu. These players can actually bring us another 100 million as well to make it 200 million. And once we manage, I know some of these won't be able to sell, some will still have to go for loans. And but remember, when someone goes for loan, you still need to charge a certain fee. Maybe you can get a 5 million or you can get a 2 million or all those kind of things. The only challenge with loaning is that you still need also to meet part of the salary, the wages, you know but it's still fine because sometimes you can't then keep the player in train with the reserves and then end up also paying 100% of their wages. So yeah, those that will go on loan, they'll go on loan. Those that will still like players like your what Smeding is going to have a problem because Sterling is going to give us actually a problem because of the high wages. So unless if he goes to Saudi Arabia, because the challenge is that those small teams within UK, they won't afford to pay even 100,000 part of the wages. So it's either the top four or he has to go to Saudi Arabia, Germany. They won't do that. Italy, they won't do that. Spain, in terms of their salary ranges or grades, wage grades, they won't go. So Sterling is also going to be a very big challenge. Even Felix is himself. My understanding that he might go back to Portugal. So let's see what happens in the coming weeks. It's going to be very interesting with Felix because it seems as if his former club Benfica they want him. So yeah, we'll just wait and see. Just to end with just the most interesting thing that I saw yesterday on the press conference for Chelsea. One thing that I've noticed is that our players and our coaches they are very bullish. About the Champions League final. They are not scared. The way Reece James was talking, the way Maresca was talking, it shows that they are ready for the fights. They are ready to fight this thing. And somebody was asking that, look, it's going to be difficult for you because they beat. Bayern Munich, they beat Real Madrid, and then Rich James, and also said, "You see, we play different games. Chelsea's have different." Team altogether with different players from all those people, so you don't just have to assume that they're just going to run over us. And then the coach was asking this other guy to say, look, who said that PSG is going to have, I mean, ball possession? Who says that? We are here to play the final, and we're going to play the final. You can't assume that the team PSG is going to We have the ball the whole 90 minutes. That's the thing. That's what we need to see from the coach, from the players. That what, as much as we know that PSG is the best team in the world at the moment, but we are not scared of them. We'll go there, we'll put everything in the world. Because at the end of the day, it's 11 against 11, right? And also, it depends on how the game strategy is. Someone was saying that no, we need to go and do the Mourinho's and then just park the bus and so that at least we drew, we go to penalties, and then I said, you know what, it's not going to work for me. Let's attack like the way they attack us. If we lose, we lose, but we'll be playing good football. You know, let's attack them. They do counter attack. Let's also do counter attack. We've got players at the wing. We can put Pedro Neto is very good at that. You've got it depends who is going to play on the left side. My thinking could be also, let's use Joao Pedro on the left side, and then we choose between Nicholas Jackson and Delap on the on up front, because now what you have now, you've got two speedy people that will go on the left and the right, and then we also counter them. And the good thing about Pedro Neto is that Pedro Neto and Joao Pedro is that they are very good markers of the ball. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'll come back later on with my prediction and give you my prediction for the final tomorrow. Yeah, have a good day. Bye bye.